All right. Hello, everyone. I think I am live. How is everyone doing today? Post debate. Everyone excited for the election? All right. I wanted to just jump on just to share my thoughts with the election and answer some questions that I had come up, some hits on. So it will be a shorter video today, you guys, but just wanted to jump on and see how everyone's doing. All right. I'm in Ohio. I don't know if you can see. There's one of my dogs. The other one's small, and he's laying down by my keyboard. Cooper! Hi, buddy, come here. And there's my third one. So all of my dogs, all my pets are safe here in Ohio. And they all wanted to stop by and say hello. All right. We don't have any immigrants here. They're all safe and protected. All right. Yeah, good to have proof of life, right? Go lay down, buddy. Um, so just a couple of announcements before we get started. I do have my members live tonight. We'll be doing our Reiki and prayer circle at 7 p.m. Eastern for all of my members, and for anybody interested in joining, I do have the link in the description box. Looking forward to that and hanging out with the members. Next week, I'll have my Tuesday show, and Wednesday evening, Susan Lynn will be on. We'll do politics and talk about everything going on. I think I have an opening next week for a Reiki session next Thursday, and I do still have a couple openings for my Holy Fire Level 1 and 2 Reiki class in October, the 12th and 13th, I believe. That's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. If anybody's interested in that, all of my information and to book a session is on my website, www.kevinlovingvibrations.com. I do have that in the description box as well. Yeah, exciting. I'm going to try my best to come on the next 2 weeks. I do have a lot going on with my first Reiki class, and then I'll be in Chicago at the end of the month. So you'll see a lot more of me in October, but I had a little bit of a break, so I thought I'd jump on and talk about the debate. I think everybody's feeling very, very excited. On Tuesday's show, I did say I felt Kamala was going to win, which she clearly did. Trump did not have a very good night. The energy felt a little bit off with it, but although the moderators, I enjoyed that they actually fact-checked Trump this time and kind of gave him some pushback. But was really irritating me is after every question was asked, he got to say he had the last word in everything, and they wouldn't mute his mic. Maybe that's for the best because he was so unhinged and continued to kind of ramble on, and I don't think it did him any favors, but it was getting a little frustrating with that. Me and my husband had a good laugh the whole time, though, as I'm sure a lot of you did. Now, I think the debate obviously is going to help Kamala and continue to fuel momentum and enthusiasm for her campaign, which is what we need going into the election. I do feel it continuing to go from now till then, too. We can't be complacent, but yeah, it was like that tower moment for Trump, and I feel a few more implosions before the election too. I mean, Trump's base is going to be his base, but I think for those that are undecided, I think it turned, those that were kind of debating or not happy with either candidate or either party. I think Trump's behavior turned them off, where they're either voting for Kamala or if they're going to stay home. So, but yeah, we can. I want to throw some cards like what the energy looks like for them post debate. Yeah, he's nuts beyond, and I think that was definitely evident. Ness says, one poll, Colbert, 25% of Trump supporters are reconsidering voting for Trump. Well, we can throw some cards on it. I don't see it, though. I think his base is his base. Maybe a very, very small amount. And I don't, we haven't gotten a lot of polling post-debate either, but I still feel like the polls are being manipulated to make it look like it's closer. I think the Republicans are fueling a lot of money into a lot of the polls so that when Trump loses, he can say the election was stolen again. Kind of like 2022 when we kept on hearing this big red wave and it was a pink splash. They didn't do hardly as good. And the motivating factor is I think people are just tired of Trump and all of his hate and bigotry. And women are really upset about their reproductive rights being taken away. So let's throw some cards on it. I don't feel 25% of Trump supporters reconsidering. I do not feel that at all. But maybe a smaller percentage. But let's see what the cards have to say. I love how Kamala just went right up to him and shook his hand. You could tell she was a little bit nervous, like I was picking up beforehand. But she got her feeding, her balance like very quickly into the debate. And what did I say about Trump? All I picked up was anger, 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 and that definitely showed. All right. Yeah, Stargazer says I was worried about how the debate would go, but then I started laughing at all of the nonsense. Yeah, I don't think he made one coherent thought or sentence the whole time. He didn't answer a single question. He was asked about abortion and then started rambling about immigration and just it just made no sense. And then yes, our Tay endorsed Kamala, which is I've been predicting for a long time. And I think that I think it was a perfect opportunity for it too. Those that watched the debate, or maybe those that hadn't, with her huge social media following, with her endorsement, I think it kind of piqued the interest for those that weren't watching. Let's see. Are Trump supporters reconsidering Trump after the debate? I'm telling you, his base is his base, but I think those that weren't very happy to vote for him, maybe they don't go across the aisles and vote for Kamala, but they don't vote. He's very good at getting his cult, his base of supporters out there to vote. But those that were on the fence about him or maybe slightly leaning towards him, I think that debate sealed his fate. I don't see them voting for him. Nessa, 17% of Trump supporters. I feel like it's even less than that. It may be like 5%. But let's see what the cards have to say. All it matters is, the enthusiasm and people actually coming out to vote. Because when there's high turnout, Democrats win elections. And I do feel like it's going to be a very high turnout election. All right. Are Trump supporters reconsidering Trump after his debate performance? I feel like there's some, but it's almost like people feel like they're tied to Trump. I don't know if it's, because so many people blame Democrats and Biden for the economy, which, we just came out of a global pandemic, and actually our economy is doing pretty good. Inflation's high, but compared to everywhere else in the world, we're doing so much better. But it's like I think that's where some of the Republican or leaning Republicans, it's financially related. It's like they want to hold on to security, that nostalgia that they had in the past. I do feel like there are some people fighting though, because he made such a fool out of himself. And they're thinking about it. So there might be some. But like I said, it feels like they're bound and tied to Trump. You know, they're part of this. It's this like warrior aggressive energy that they resonate with. And I think even a lot of like the hatred and racism that he throws gasoline on all of this hatred and makes it okay. There is still some fighting, but the thing is that this chapter is getting close. It's coming to completion. And as I've always said, women are going to be the deciding factor in this election, and it's not going to benefit him. And maybe this is some of the women Trump supporters like second guessing their support for him. I don't think it's a large number, but it maybe like 5-6%. That's a good point. Question too. We know that the Republicans are going to do whatever they can to disenfranchise people from going out to vote. We know that a lot of our adversaries are pushing out misinformation through social media, news networks. And so I guess it's, you know, it's all about going out and making sure that you're actually really researching things that are going on. And that's a major problem for some of these people. You know, when you watch a certain news network and everything's a conspiracy theory, they believe it. They believe it is reality. Will the Russian interference in American politics be stopped? I do see it being stopped, but I do feel like there is some influence in this election. We've already have heard about it. So at some point, I almost feel like, and this is probably a while off. I don't feel like it happening anytime soon, but I feel like them getting money out of politics. Maybe it's state and federally funded elections. But the Republicans are going to try to cheat and to stop people from voting. That's why I said we can't be complacent. We have to keep this energy going. And I see it continuing to build, and like I said, the enthusiasm building. But they're going to try. But yes, I do feel like Russian interference will be stopped, and I think that they're really watching over it right now. Yeah, Citizens United will be overturned at some times. Absolutely. I'm just going to ask the pendulum real quick. Is there going to be a second debate? I would call, even though it was such a train wreck for Trump, I would caution Kamala because the only way that they're going to do it is if it's through Fox News, and I don't think that would be a good idea for her. But I don't feel like there's another presidential debate. Sorry if you hear the howling. All right. Is Kamala Harris and Donald Trump going to have a second presidential debate? Please show me the truth. Will there be a second presidential debate? No. It's a big no for me. No, I don't see Jill Stein playing really any significant impact for Kamala Harris. No. The only one of the third-party candidates that could have maybe gotten some would have been RFK Jr., and he's dropped out supporting Trump. But even if anything, his base is Trump supporters, so it would have hurt Trump had he stayed in. You'll have some of the younger people that will vote for Jill Stein, or was it Cornel West? But it feels like it's very, very small, not really making a difference. like maybe 1 or 2%. And I feel like that's being very generous. I don't even think it will be that much. I don't think a lot of us want another debate. No. Yeah. But I love how Trump is going out there, because his ego can't handle the fact that he lost. I mean, he's such a narcissist. He can't handle that he lost. So he's saying I won. And it's just all part of the show. And and honestly, for his supporters, he did win because they're gonna what? I don't like her because of her laugh. Like she came up with policies. She introduced herself. She they don't like that she was poking Trump and triggering him. So but no, we know that Trump can't say that he lost. He didn't lose. I mean, his ego's he just can't handle that. I think during the debate too, I'm glad. Well, I think it would have been hilarious if he did. But I think in the back of his mind, like midway through, I kept on feeling like, is he going to even just walk off the stage because he's been so embarrassed? I think he was thinking it. He kept on coming through to me. But no, he looked weak. I mean, he wouldn't even look at her in the eyes. You could tell he was about ready to explode. It was hilarious. All right. I want to take a look. Yeah, she acted presidential. She was the only adult in the room. One of the moderators, but yeah, I do feel like there are some Republicans. I've said I feel like the Republican Party imploding. Look at all of these Bush Cheney Republicans endorsing Kamala. I don't think George W. Bush will endorse her. He's already said that he won't, but when I tapped in, I got to know. I don't think he wants the attention on that. But yeah, well, and we're going to see a lot more before the election. I mean, the MAGA Republicans are going to try to hold our um, budget hostage, and they're threatening to shut down the government if they don't get their way. And you know, the Republican parties, the more moderate ones are more sane Republicans. The very few that are there, they've just had enough with it. They want to cut the cancer out of the party. Mm. Yeah, I don't see the Electoral College giving him the presidency, Nunya. Don't see it. And like I said, don't be complacent with it. But my guys are very clear. Donald Trump will never be president again. All right. I want to take a look at the energies around Trump post debate and the energies around Kamala post debate. Oh yeah, MTG is sticking up for Kamala from Laura Loomer. I don't even really know who she is. I know that she's disgusting, but I almost feel like there's jealousy on MTG's part that Trump is closer to her, Laura Loomer, than MTG, and it's like there can only be one crazy biatch, you know, in Trump's life. So there's a jealousy there. Let's take a look. How's Trump doing post debate? He is so angry, you guys. I've always felt too like there could be like a vascular event. I'm feeling more like a heart attack, but I mean, I think we all know that cognitively he's not all there. And I mean, that was pretty evident at the debate. It could be stroke related too, but it's like all of this anger it's affecting his health, all the stress and anger. Yeah, they could be jealous of each other. All right. How is Donald Trump doing post-debate? Oh, go figure. He's looking overseas for help. I think a part of him is actually really strongly feeling like he's not going to win. That's interesting. These three cards came up. Kamala Harris, my Queen of Swords. She's a Libra. She's going to cause a tower moment for him because of all the momentum that she's gaining. Interesting. And I keep on hearing this too when I tap into Trump's energy, and I don't know if it's what he says behind the scenes or if it's going to be captured and we're going to hear about it, but he just keeps referring to Kamala as the B word. I almost feel like it's something that comes out publicly. It's going to really piss off a lot of women because he's so disgusting. Excuse me. Yeah, he's looking overseas for help. I mean, that's the only way that I think at this point he thinks he can win is if there's that interference. I feel that being stopped, but he's also like he's planning his getaway, go overseas travel when he loses because he will not go to jail. There's still an element of delusion there though too, but I think he's more seriously considering the possibility that he may not win. But he's going to go kicking and screaming is what I feel. Getting his base all pissed up, trying to start that civil war that him and his base always threaten. Yeah, he's done. There's a grief here. There's a sadness with the Five of Cups. I think a mourning over the loss of his campaign and him being backstabbed and betrayed. I almost feel like, too, after this debate and going forward with more bombshells that are going to come out, those close to him are going to start to kind of flee. They're going to maybe not go across aisles and support Kamala, but they're going to really start distancing themselves. They don't want to be pulled into going down with the ship. He's not doing good. I'm not getting ill health in these cards. Intuitively, I pick up that there may be. I every time I tap into him, he's not doing well. It's like it's too much stress, too much anger. It's just going to boil over. All right. We'll take a look at Kamala too. Oh yeah, I did see that. That was awkward. The 9/11 ceremony. Poor Bloomberg was kind of stuck right in the middle of Trump and Biden, but I think Biden, he kept on laughing and kept on seeing it. I think it was really awkward and uncomfortable. Yeah, Sharon, he's starting to realize he's going to lose. The only way he can win is if he cheats. All right. Yeah, and Kamala's going to make a lot of money. I don't think they've announced any numbers for fundraising, but I feel like it's going to be very significant. Oh, and that says he announced no more debates. That's no shocker there. Let's see, how's Kamala doing post-debate? She's feeling good. I feel like part of her, like I said, that nervousness felt like she didn't know quite how to what to expect with Trump because he's such a loose cannon. But like I said, she got her footing in 5 minutes into the debate. Okay, Trump said he won. He's not going to debate her again. Okay. Thank you, Ness. I really don't feel another debate between Trump and Kamala. Kamala would debate him. I almost feel like she does a town hall to really kind of talk about the issues, her policies. Trump won't allow himself to be embarrassed like that again, even though he's kind of desperate because, like I said, I see the polling definitely going in her favor. But his ego can't handle it. All right. How is Kamala Harris doing post-debate? Almost 800 people watching. Thank you all so much. It's going to be a short video today. Just wanted to hang out with you all to talk about post-debate. I want to take a look at was there an announcement, I think, today too, of being careful with mail-in voting. I think they said if you're going to do a mail-in vote, make sure that you do it as early as possible. But we know DeJoy's in there trying to affect the election. We'll take a look at him too. Yeah, we can see too if Walz will be debating Vance. We'll probably keep it at that. I feel like if you're going to do a mail-in vote, I would drop it off. Can't you drop off ballots? I would do that over sending it in through the mail if you can. I mean, obviously, if you have no transportation or you're not able to leave, your home because of health issues, do what you have to do. But I would either early vote or vote in person on election day if you're able to do that, or do a drop off. All right, Kamala Harris, how are you doing post debate? Oh, she's the winner. She's doing very good. Working really hard. Charging full steam ahead. Yeah, momentum. And lots of money coming in for Kamala. She's got the coin here. She's feeling good. She knows she's not taking her success in the debate for granted. She's going out there and working as hard as she can between now and election day to get people out there. She's a bit surprised though. I kept on feeling like Republicans were going to play dirty, and I do feel like because of how well she did, they're going to try to. I mean, the tower can be a good surprise, but they're trying to sabotage her, trying to backstab her momentum. She ends up being with the Emperor, and I think on Tuesday's show she had the Emperor come in as well, which is would be the president, the ruler. Yeah, she's holding on to the security. She's got to stay. I think things are moving so fastly, so fast that she's gonna have to make sure that she's staying grounded. It's kind of like a whirlwind. It's a bit overwhelming for her. Yeah, she's doing just great. Like I said, the Fool. It's a new beginning for her. That momentum continuing to go for her. I always get the Knight of Cups for her, and I was getting that with her VP. Now, I know Walz is a little bit older, but I think energetically he comes off kind of young. But her and Walz working very hard. The Republicans are going to play dirty. And what did I tell you, too? I almost felt like another nasty woman kind of in the debate. And what was that snide thing that he said? I'm speaking. And then what did he say? And they didn't really talk about it on the news, but he was talking about when they were asking him about his comments on her race, and he kept on going back and forth. He's like, I heard you put out. Like I said, I felt like there was some sexist kind of remark that came out. I think that that's going to continue. But during that question, you can hear him say it. The news isn't really talking about it, but you can hear it very, and I think that that's what he meant too. I think he was just overwhelmed trying to get a point across. But no, Kamala, like I said, it feels like the momentum, it can be a bit overwhelming for her. So she needs to stay grounded. Don't, work hard, but not burn herself out. Yes, I do see a televised town hall for Kamala. Absolutely. All right. Let's take a look at the mail-in voting. Let's see how secure that is. Yeah, I heard a lot of my friends not part of this community were talking about being like first time giving donations to Harris and the Democrats for the first time after that debate. She's going to get a lot of money. I'll look at the VP debate next. I'll probably end it there, Ness. Yeah, they're going to, I see like continued, like, I don't know if it will be quite as much as with the DNC, but it feels like it's still like record-breaking fundraising for Kamala. And a real like grassroots effort too. I pledge to, with whatever I make off of YouTube, 10% of what I make off of YouTube, I will be donating to her and to Democrats. And probably Senate races more, but because the Senate's going to be, it's such a tough Senate map, but. All right. Sorry, you guys, what was it? Mail-in voting. All right. So mail-in voting secure. I feel like it's going to be okay. I do definitely, obviously, DeJoy is a slime ball, and there is partnerships there with Trump, but I feel like he almost is like, I can't do this. He's feeling stuck because he knows he's being watched so closely. There is a lot of like money and funding for him, outside money. He's not, what DeJoy's been doing is kind of slow and steadily attacking the infrastructure of there. He can't do anything drastic because he's being too closely watched. I feel like things are changing there. Yeah, turning point. I feel like it's going to be okay. I would still caution you that if you're going to do mail-in voting, do it as early as possible. But I'm not getting like the Tower here or Seven of Swords or High Priestess or anything like that. I do get that he's made deals and accepted outside money and resources to try to interfere with the mail system, but it's like he can't do anything too drastic. He's trying to play it really safe. But I see things changing there. It's like there's a kind of negotiation coming back into balance, the Wheel of Fortune coming in. So it's a turning point. And like it's all going to be okay. 6 of Wands. There's victory there. I see them getting DeJoy out of there very soon. I don't know what all the politics are for that. I know that it's kind of complicated to remove him, but I don't see him in there much longer. It might be right after the election, maybe like December. Lynn says, DeJoy slowed the mail so much already. It's been a real issue. I personally have not had any issues with my mail. I can't speak for everybody, but I do feel like he's slowly been kind of dismantling it. Not trying to be obvious. Walton and Vance, will there actually be a debate? I've said before, I do feel like Donald Trump, well, he didn't necessarily pick Vance, he was chosen for him. But I do feel like there's regret that he didn't push back because he's not a good candidate. He's not liked. It's like he's always causing him problems. Sorry, you guys. I just got lightheaded. I normally get this feeling too, and I know that California had an earthquake outside of, I think in Malibu, but I feel like there's more earthquakes on the East Coast. I just wanted to share that. I get the like that download and almost like a nauseousness in my stomach that just hit me. I meant West Coast. Sorry, Ness. West Coast, I feel. I think we got a 4.7 out there today, which isn't huge, but I mean, still significant enough for you to lose your balance if you're walking. Yeah, I know a lot of solar flare activity, yeah. All right. Let's refocus. Sorry, you guys. Yeah. I had a reading with, well, it was a Reiki and reading. It wasn't just, I'm taking a bit of a break from doing personal readings, but I kept on feeling like for one of my clients, there was going to be an earthquake out that way, and she was in California. She messaged me today and said she felt it. So I don't see JD Vance as the nominee. No. I almost feel like it's too late because Donald Trump would still be on the ballot if he had a major health event and wasn't around. It would be kind of like a write-in situation. Yeah, Mark, I just got the earring and it made me feel very nauseous. It was like a downloaded information. So I said, I feel like there's still more quakes. All right. So going to be a Walz-Vance debate. I do feel a debate. Vance, he might be a little bit more articulate than what Trump is, but he's not likable. That's the issue. Walz is very authentic. You can tell that he's not in politics for his ego, or it's not self-serving. He does it because he really cares about people and wants to help people. I'm almost feeling a debate. It's not going to be good for Vance, though. Maybe further fuels women being really turned off by Trump and the Republicans. Because I have Vance coming in here with a strategy, but it's like he's trapped. It's like there's not any movement or growth there. And he comes in way too strong. It's going to be really off-putting. And it's not really focused either. And it's going to continue to have women reviewing that ticket. But I do feel a debate. I get a big yes. There will be a debate. It's going to be about justice. I think Tim Walz will hold JD Vance accountable. It's going to continue that fiery passion. I actually feel like if they debate too, it's going to be fiery. JD Vance comes in as a bully, but I do feel like there's an agreement on the debate. I do feel like it's going to happen. Yeah, Vance will come in strong. He'll try to show strength, but he's not likable. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to end it there. But it was so much fun to hang out with you. And like I said, I feel like I think a lot of the nerves that a lot of us were feeling going into the debate are gone. The excitement is there. Um, we're less than 2 months away from the election, so it's getting close. We're gonna have to make sure that we're staying grounded through it. But I think most of us empaths out there are really feeling this excitement and really feeling the energy shift. I think a lot of us felt it when Kamala, well, even before when Biden endorsed her after he dropped out. You could feel like the energy shift to excitement. So, all right. Again, for my members tonight, we'll be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern for our Reiki and Prayer Circle. I think I have an opening for Reiki session next Thursday if anybody's interested. And I do have a couple openings on my October 12th and 13th Holy Fire level 1 and 2 Reiki class. So you all take care of yourself. I will see you all next week. Sending you all a lot of love and well wishes. You all take care. All right. Bye-bye.